Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Patrons video where today I'm going to be making this video for BranSi0730 ZHANG. This is the very first SP Patrons video, so welcome to the Patreon. We're going to be checking out a track from an act named Landy Wen and Chou titled Wu Ding. And if we switch over to here, we have it on YouTube. We are going to listen through this from start to finish. Just a heads up, if there suddenly appears an image in the center of the screen, it's because typically with these live performances, there is copyright blocks. Definitely possible for them. I apologize if this occurs. It is not something I am choosing. It is literally just the way that the copyright system works on YouTube. So I'm going to listen through this from start to finish. You're going to hear what we think. Well done sneaking Chou through into a Patreon video. I'm obviously starting to wake up and recover from my burnout because I've literally just realized this is Chou we're looking at today. So let's go. Hey, everyone looks pretty excited. Wow, look at all those young women, man. They are super hyped for it, eh? Super duper hyped for it. I like the synth part. The strings are nice as well. I wonder when this was recorded. There he is, there's the man. Oof, he's a gorgeous young man, isn't he? He performs well live. I think it's one thing for someone to perform well in a studio environment, for it to cover across both live and studios. Great. There's definitely chemistry between Landy Wen and Chou, isn't there? They've got great stage presence. Landy Wen's doing well. Going to his head voice there, he's covering it pretty well. Oh, those were some spicy harmonies, but I managed to resolve it really well. Yeah, no, the vocal performances are good. I know at the start I said they were equivalent to the studio performances. I think they're close. How do I say this without pissing off a bunch of people? I think Chou is doing really well. Landy Wen with some of those higher notes, it sounds like she's straining a little bit to hit them. Like she's a lot more comfortable in her mid-range, like in her chest voice. Maybe it's nerves or something like that, I'm not sure. It's a very gentle backing, instrumental backing behind it though, with those 80s and 90s sort of like synth parts and strings and plucks. Nice vibrato. Yeah, I think it's literally just the overall vibe of it. Yeah, it's a big moment I think for Landy Wen. Yeah. Guitar solo. Don't worry, I'm not going to go on a rant about how I wish that you could see the instrumentalists on stage. I think this literally just is like a show, literally, to them. So I don't mind as much in this situation. Like, they're not even, like, there's no hint of there being a backing track. I think they're literally just playing a backing track and they're singing over it. So that's fine. That was a good run from Jay. Again, the way he's flowed down there with that legato there, I'm not sure if that's something he would typically do in this song. If it is, then that's cool. Then he nailed it in the same way as he did in the studio version. If he doesn't, then he's articulating an improvisation of sorts, and I have to commend that. It's a ballsy move to do live, especially when you're doing vocal harmonies, but I think when they're going you know, person to person as opposed to together, it's totally fine to do that. As long as you're not trying to deliberately overshadow the other person involved, you know? You want to be respectful of the person you're collaborating with. This is a much stronger build into the chorus here than it was at first. I think they were feeling each other out initially, but they had a much better sense of unison there, and the notes matched near flawlessly. It was fantastic. I mean, like, I can hear the backing track, I can hear the guitar butts, the bass, and the drums, but the focal point of this review is obviously Landy Wen and Chou, as they're the focal points of the performance, you know? I like the fact that there's an additional voicing with the lead guitars in the background. There's an interesting chord progression there with those synth and harmony parts. The percussion is fantastic. It kind of sounds like a Disney soundtrack, to be honest. I don't know if that's potentially going to upset people, but, I'm just being honest, right? I'm going to probably put a disclaimer in my reviews in future that I'm just going to legitimately just be honest and let the cards, fall where they may. That might sound really dumb, because you'd be like, why, Logan, why aren't you just honest all the time? It's not that I'm not honest. Like, I don't lie, but sometimes I can I will say stuff that I don't like, but I'll try and be as kind about it as possible. But I think sometimes that turns people off. So maybe I just need to be more straightforward with people. To be clear, that's part of why I do paid reviews, is because I don't lie to make stuff sound good. I don't. If I don't like something, I'll be honest, and I've given critiques of stuff I've done when I've been paid to do it, where I have, I've crushed it, basically, and it hasn't been pretty, but professionally, of course, but that's what needed to be done in order to improve. Yay, everyone had a great time with the performance. Yeah, Landy Wen and Chou doing. Great chemistry. I think they're both happy to be there. Yeah, it's definitely her concert though, isn't it? He just came on to do a collaboration with that. That was fun. That was good. I'll see if I can get a video of them together. Yeah, sorry for the pixelated footage. To be fair, it's not like anyone's fault that it's like this. It's just old school footage was done in 480p, But this is my conclusion of the SP Patrons video I've done for BranSi0730 ZHANG. Thank you for your request for Chou, what Landy Wen and Chou's Wuding. I'm not sure what the story is, just because I couldn't find lyrics for this, like English translations. So after going through DeepL, apparently the translation for Wuding is rooftop. So I can only assume it's two people kind of singing to each other over rooftops. I might be wrong. So, if you guys can let me know what the song is about, that'd be awesome. I'd be keen to know more. The vocals were interesting. It was nice to not have Chou as the focal point here. Despite, Landy Wen obviously, paying homage to him and being very respectful and showing appreciation for him being there for that collaboration there, that duet that they had there. I like the fact that Landy Wen still had a lot of stage presence there. She hits the notes that she needed to. I genuinely think it was nerves, if there were any notes that were slightly off. There were the harmonies or something like that. I just think it was like a really big moment for both of them. And I'm not going to pretend that Chou's vocal performance throughout the entire thing was perfect either. I'm probably going to lose half my subscribers for saying this. There may have been a few occasions where the harmonies between them weren't correct for either of them. Maybe not hitting the note correctly, but the main thing is the majority of the time, the vast majority, like in the top 90-something%, it was perfectly fine, and it was interesting to listen to. They both showed good technique, stayed within their head voice for the most part. Again, sometimes when either of them went into they stayed within their chest voice. If I didn't say, I might be repeating myself. They stayed within their chest voice most of the time. If they did go into their head voice, kind of sounded a little bit strained occasionally. But then again, I think maybe Landy Wen was trying to sort of keep with where Jay was, and they were trying to sort of stay somewhere similar, especially so that the harmonies are a little bit sweeter and a similar pitch. They don't have the same kind of golden sort of tinge to them if they're an octave apart. So that's potentially why they were trying to match each other, and why if there was a little bit of dissonance, it was more noticeable. Because ironically also, when the notes are close together, you get a higher chance of that flat second dissonance or that quarter tone dissonance, which is not pretty, but it's okay. Look, they did well. The vibrato and legato passages were fantastic, and I think it was a great vocal performance from both of them. You know, I don't necessarily know what they could have done to improve it. I think it was nice and organic and natural, and I think that was fantastic. The structure of the track, you know, you had that verse, chorus kind of vibe to it. There was a guitar solo when they talked and had a bit of a break. I understand why they talked to the crowd at that point, because like if you're just the two people on stage, you don't have a guitarist who can go up to the front of the stage and just wail on his guitar. You know, you need to have something in that time to fill in the gap of an absence of a band. I think that's, again, I know I'm not like upset about the fact there's a lack of a backing band. I know this is maybe the style of concerts that we had at this point in time, where we just had the musicians singing along to like a backing track, but or maybe it would have been too complicated production wise in regards to like the stage setup and stuff to have just had these additional musicians for that one song. I get it, especially if it's a duet. It can be difficult, but at the same time, nonetheless, I found the structure of the track great, you know, really interesting. The instrumental performances, well, you know, I think again it was a backing track, so it was what it was. The themes were pretty and beautiful, and showed a little bit of vulnerability there, nice and colorful as well. Very palatable and easy to digest, and both Landy Wen and Chou sung really well over top of it. The overall harmony, stylistic cohesiveness was there, or cohesion was there. Finally, the recording, mixing, mastering, the production of it, you know, it was great. It was great. I've got lots of love for that. Obviously, like when you have a backing track that they're singing over, you can't really go wrong with that. But the fact that they managed to get, you know, Landy Wen and Chou to sound good over that, and because it's very difficult. I don't know if you're aware of this. It's very difficult to get vocals to sound like that within a mix of a pre-mastered track. And the fact that it did sound like that, maybe they had the original stems or something. I don't know, but either way, fantastic effort. Fantastic effort to Landy Wen and Chou Wu-Ding. And thank you to BranSi0730 ZHANG for their lovely review that we have today, the SP Patrons video. If you enjoyed this, please do go show Landy Wen and Chou some love via the various social medias, because this is my review of Wu-Ding live. And please do go and show your local musicians and artists some love via the various social medias as well. At this point in time, it's a crazy world out there, and they need all the help they can get. And I'll catch you in the next review or next SP Patrons video. Spiderhands out.